Yes, dear friends, welcome. Let us study our Shastras today, Bhagavatam and Adhyatma Ramayanam, fully involved. What is required is total involvement of our Jnanendriyas, namely ears, Karmendriya, namely mouth, and then Antakarana, namely Manabuddhi Chitta, and Aham surrendering. In this way, every satsanga we train to listen to, then entire our Antakarana and Bahakaranas, namely our total personality, becomes divinized. Then the divine grace will come, divine anubhuti will come from our life, then all that non divine goes away. The samsara goes away. Today is Puja Gurudev's Jayanti. Therefore, today we will start with our Gurudev's Ashtotara Shatanamavali. Then we enter into our Bhagavata Adhyanam, Adhyatma Ramayana Adhyanam, like every day. So, Puja Gurudev's Kripa on all of us that we are able to study Shastras, understand a bit of them, and keep ourselves intact on Adhyatmika Sadhana Patha. Though this Marga, how long it will take, we need not worry, but we are on the path, He is there with us. This should be enough for us to get reassured again and again. ॐ चिन्मयं व्यापि यत्सर्वं त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ श्रीचिन्मयानन्दसद्गुरवे नमः। ध्यायामि आवाहयामि आसनं समर्पयामि पाद्यं समर्पयामि अर्घ्यं समर्पयामि आचमनं समर्पयामि शुद्धोदक क्षीरोदक पंचामृत क्षीरोदक शुद्धोदकादि समस्त अभिषेकान् स्नानान् समर्पयामि वस्त्रयुग्मं भस्मरक्षां चन्दनं समर्पयामि ओम श्री चिन्मयानंद सद्गुरवे नमः। पुष्पमालां प्रदास्यामि अथ नानाविध परिमलपत्र पुष्पाक्षतैः नामावल्या सहितः मानसिक पूजां समर्पयामि। ओम ओम अजाय नमः। ओम अव्ययाय नमः। ओम अविनाशिने नमः। ओम अचिन्त्याय नमः। ओम अप्रमेयाय नमः। ओम अद्वितीयाय नमः। ओम अनिकेताय नमः। ओम अनुशासन प्रियाय नमः। ओम अंतस्साक्षिणे नमः। ओम अंतर्यामिने नमः। ओम आनंदाय नमः। ओम आत्मस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम आंग्ल भाषा विदुत्तमाय नमः। ओम ईश्वराय नमः। ओम उदार हृदयाय नमः। ओम उत्साहवर्धकाय नमः। ओम एकस्मै नमः। ओम ओंकार विदे नमः। ओम करुणासागराय नमः। ओम कर्मपरायणाय नमः। ओम कालातीताय नमः। ओम कैवल्यस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम कृतात्मने नमः। ओम कृतकृत्याय नमः। ओम गीताज्ञानयज्ञप्रचारकाय नमः। ओम गुरवे नमः। ओम गुणातीताय नमः। ओम ग्रंथकृते नमः। ओम चिन्मयाय नमः। ओम छिन्न संशयाय नमः। ओम जगदात्मने नमः। ओम जगत्साक्षिणे नमः। ओम जनप्रियाय नमः। ओम जितेन्द्रियाय नमः। ओम जीवब्रह्मैक्यविदे नमः। ओम जीवन्मुक्ताय नमः। ओम जीर्णमन्दिरोद्धारकाय नमः। ओम तपोवनशिष्याय नमः। ओम तपस्विने नमः। ओम तापनाशनाय नमः। ओम तीर्थस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम तेजस्विने नमः। ओम देहातीताय नमः। ओम द्वन्द्वातीताय नमः। ओम दृढ़निश्चयाय नमः। ओम धर्म संस्थापकाय नमः। ओम धीमते नमः। ओम धीराय नमः। ओम धैर्यप्रदाय नमः। ओम नारायणाय नमः। ओम निजानंदाय नमः। ओम निरपेक्षाय नमः। ओम निस्पृहाय नमः। ओम निरुपमाय नमः। ओम निर्विकल्पाय नमः। ओम नित्याय नमः। ओम निरंजनाय नमः। ओम परमाय नमः। ओम परब्रह्मणे नमः। ओम पावनाय नमः। ओम पावकाय नमः। ओम पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः। ओम प्रसन्नात्मने नमः। ओम फलासक्तिरहिताय नमः। ओम बहुभक्ताय नमः। ओम बन्धमोचकाय नमः। ओम ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः। ओम ब्रह्मपराय नमः। ओम भयनाशनाय नमः। ओम भारतगौरवाय नमः। ओम भूम्ने नमः। ओम महावाक्योपदेशकाय नमः। ओम महर्षये नमः। ओम मधुरस्वभावाय नमः। ओम मनोहराय नमः। ओम महात्मने नमः। ओम मेधाविने नमः। ओम यतात्मने नमः। ओम यज्ञकृते नमः। ओम लोकप्रसिद्धाय नमः। ओम वाङ्मिने नमः। ओम विभवे नमः। ओम विनोदप्रियाय नमः। ओम विनयशीलाय नमः। ओम वीतरागाय नमः। ओम वेदान्तवेद्याय नमः। ओम शान्ताय नमः। ओम शान्तिप्रदाय नमः। ओम शास्त्रोद्धारकाय नमः। ओम शुद्धसत्वाय नमः। ओम श्रुतिपारगाय नमः। ओम श्रोत्रियाय नमः। ओम सन्यासिने नमः। ओम समबुद्धये नमः। ओम सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः। ओम सर्वहितचिन्तकाय नमः। ओम सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः। ओम सन्तुष्टाय नमः। ओम साधवे नमः। ओम सुमनसे नमः। ओम सुहृदे नमः। ओम स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः। ओम स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः। ओम क्षमाशीलाय नमः। ओम ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः। ओम ज्ञानयोगिने नमः। ओम ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री चिन्मयानंद सद्गुरवे नमः। पुष्पैः पूजयामि, धूपदीपनैवेद्यान् समर्पयामि, नीराजनं समर्पयामि, आत्मप्रदर्शन नमस्कारान् समर्पयामि। समस्त शक्त्योपचार भक्त्योपचार राजोपचार देवोपचारान् समर्पयामि। ओम श्री चिन्मयानंद सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 ओम श्री चिन्मयानंद सद्गुरवे नमो नमः. Let Gurudev be always with us. May we pray to him to be with us to protect us on this path so that we don't falter till we reach the goal. May we keep him in our hearts all the time with that pure bhakti and pure shraddha and pure sharanagati. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Let us do our everyday's Bhagavatam. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. ओम सच्चिदानंदरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् दीने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य किल शक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं। समस्त देवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमो नमः। परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय सुखब्रह्मर्षे सूतमहामुने शौनकादृशिभ्यो अत्र्यादृशिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो मत्स्यादिवतारेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः। श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तिदत्तात्रेय हयग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री आदिपराशक्तिमात्रे नमः। मातापितृदेवताभ्यो नमो नमः। आद्यशङ्कराचार्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तेषां सर्वेषां गुरूणां देवतानाम् अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं पुराणेतिहासोक्त भागवत दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हिन्दवसंस्कृतेः समस्त हिन्दव आध्यात्मिकशास्त्राणां साधनां च पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरणविश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा समस्त विश्वशान्तिकल्याण एकता सामरस्यता सौभाग्यता सौख्य प्राप्त्यर्थं तत्कृत समस्त साधक भक्त सेवकानां आयुरारोग्यक्षेमस्थैर्य श्रद्धाभक्त्यादि समस्त सत्संपदा साधना से शक्तीनां सानुकूल्यतानां प्राप्तिद्वारा बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन विनाशन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये नित्य निरंतर द्विगुणीकृत दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराण शास्त्रस्य द्वादश स्कंदस्य दशम स्कंदस्यापि पारायणमध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। आदौ द्वादश स्कंदः ओम आभासश्च निरोधश्च यदश्चाध्यवसीयते स आश्रयः परं ब्रह्म परमात्मेति शब्दते। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं द्वादश स्कंदः अथ पंचमोऽध्यायः। श्रीशुक उवाच ओम अत्रानुवर्ण्यते भीक्ष्णं भगवान् विश्वात्मा भगवान् हरिः यस्य प्रसादजो ब्रह्मा रुद्रः क्रोधसमुद्भवः त्वं तु राजन्मरिष्येति पशुबुद्धिमिमां जहि न जातः प्रागभूतोऽद्य देहवत्वं न नङ्क्षसि न भविष्यसि भूत्वा त्वं पुत्रपौत्रादिरूपवान् बीजाङ्कुरवत् देहादेहे व्यतिरिक्तो यथा अनलः स्वप्ने यथा शिरच्छेदं पञ्चत्वाद्यात्मनः स्वयं यस्मात् पश्यति देहस्य तद आत्मा ह्यजोमरः घटे भिन्ने यथाकाशः आकाशः स्यात् यथा पुरा एवं देहे मृते जीवः ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते पुनः मनः सृजति वै देहान् गुणान् कर्माणि चात्मनः तन्मनः सृजते माया ततो जीवस्य संसृतिः स्नेहाधिष्ठानवर्त्यग्नि संयोगो यावदीयते ततो दीपस्य दीपत्वम् एवं देहकृतो भवः रजसत्त्वतमो वृत्त्या जायतेत विनश्यति न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः एवमात्मानमात्मस्थम् आत्मनैवामृषप्रभो बुद्ध्यानुमानगर्भिण्या वासुदेवानुचिन्तया चोदितो विप्रवाक्येन न त्वां धक्ष्यति तक्षकः मृत्यवो नोपधक्ष्यन्ति मृत्यूनां मृत्युमेश्वरम् अहं ब्रह्म परं धाम ब्रह्माहं परमं पदम् एवं समीक्षन्नात्मानम् आत्मन्याधाय निष्कळे दशन्तं तक्षकं पादे लेलिहानं विशाननैः न द्रक्ष्यसि शरीरं च विश्वं च पृथगात्मनः एतत्ते कथितं तात यथात्मा पृष्टवान् नृप हरिर्विश्वात्मनश्चेष्टां किं भूयः श्रोतुमिच्छसे। इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायां द्वादशस्कन्धे पञ्चमोऽध्यायः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Is that sound clear or anything, some jarring sound? Is that okay, Gupta Garu? Is the sound fine? Any problem? Okay, I just had a doubt. Om, Om. Yes, friends, Bhagavata Mahapurana, as and when and more, whenever we are pausing, when we are paying our intellectual attention and trying to understand the details and depths of that Bhagavatam, then we are knowing how great, grand, glorious the text is, the theme is, the speaker and the listeners are. More than that, this meaning or the knowledge of Bhagavatam, how not only it is useful, applicable to us, but the most important and most urgent also. We have lost sight in our intellect of this ultimate goal and the means called Shastra. Therefore, we are lost into the world. If we really go through our Shastras right from the beginning, with the knowledge gained from it, with the goal and means understood from it, with the inspiration gained from various stories, right from the beginning only, we would have been a continuous, constant, single pointed sadhakas reaching to the truth in this very life. Now the world into which we are thrown is Kali with all its Kalushya. But then still it is in your and my choice that at least now, having realized the mistakes we have done, like we are going to see in the 10th Skandha, our great Raja Muchukunda also is going to say, we have to now be committed for only this. Let all our efforts, let all our plannings, let all our, most importantly, the prayers must be only for spiritual sadhana and siddhi. With this, even though we have missed out, if at all we miss out in this life, next life, right from beginning only, we will be in the sadhana to reach out the siddhi. That opportunity is always there. It is in our geniusness or genuineness that we seek this opportunity, we seize this opportunity when it is given to us. So even now also we have lot of time to fully focus. Parikshit ji had only 7 days. We have so many days, months, years for us to thoroughly study and put all our hearts totally into the Lord, allowing the Lord to enter into us and we become one with Him. No more we the Jiva in the world suffering. May we all do so. Now, coming to this 12th Skandha, 5th chapter, we are seeing how precious, how valuable, how complete, how important are each of the shloka, the meaning and theme, how much it is worthy of our fully accepting the things through contemplation and understanding and just trying the sadhana. That is very much indicated. Every shloka is complete knowledge. Every shloka is a great sadhana to be done. Doing sadhana, every shloka takes us away from bondage, takes us towards the moksha, the liberation. How wonderful it is. So, yesterday we have seen Manaha Sujate, all that. Now, these 4 things also we saw. Sneha, Adhisthana, Varti, Agni, Samyoga, Yavadiyate, Tavad, Deepasya, Deepatvam. In the same way, Evam Deha Krutaha Bhavaha. The samsara we go through by being and identified with this deha in this deha. The cause of it is these 4. The amalgam of all of 4 is I am Jiva, the sufferer and the enjoyer, but limited entity. One by one, we have to dismantle any of the 4. So the sneha, the oil is the vasanas. The adhisthana, the lamp is our stula deha. The stula deha and sukshma deha. The varti, the vati is our own ahankara vritti. Then Agni is the chidabhasa in that. So the vasanas, when they are removed, then slowly the oil goes away. Then the weak, the aham vritti has nothing to suck. There is no chidabhasa expressing. Then what happens when the oil goes away? The lamp gets extinguished. When that flame of the fire goes, where it goes to? Goes to its own innate, original, unmanifest, real form. So too, where the jiva goes to, or the aham or the chidabhasa, into the pure conscious self. So I, the knower of the world, I, the chidabhasa, I discover myself to be Shuddha Chitta, as also I am that Sattva Vastu. Even now I am that, but I am living life of jiva because of upadhi, and that's because of sneha. The variety of powerful vasanas are there. So by gaining this tattva jnanam, by trying to abide in this tattva jnanam, according to tattva jnanam, the upadhis and the jagat are not giver of happiness, they are binding, they are mithya. When this vyatireka sadhana also we go on practicing, the existing vasanas go away and you are not generated. Slowly, 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 our Chidabhasa, instead of becoming Trashta, Manta, Shrota through the Upadhis, he gets freed, liberated to focus on his own source. In that effort, he merges in the self. Let us thoroughly understand this knowledge and do our sadhana. So, tataha deha kruto bhavaha evam, then rajas sattva tamo vritya jayate atha vinashyati. So, this samsara, born, going, again samsara, coming, going. So to the jiva entering to the body and exiting from the body. So to every time we are given the body again taken away. These are all continuously happening because of the mixture of these 4. When these are happening, what is happening to the self is the beautiful shloka said in the 8th one. Great, great theme. A complete, beautiful picture of the Atma Vastu is given. What is the Jagat told? What is the Sharira, the Upadhis told? What is the Jiva Bhava told? What is Samsara told? Now, what is the Atma Vastu? the Swarupa, the Lakshana, what happens to it when the Samsara Jivatva happening is told. This Atma with these Lakshanas is intact all the time. We have always the choice to choose and abide in it or forsake it or give it up and choose and abide in the ever Samsara Yukta Jiva Bhava. Every moment, both options are there. Every moment when we make a habit of choosing to be a jiva, we continue a samsari as we are doing now. Every moment when we opt to, take the choice of our being the self, when in its own habit it becomes stronger and stronger, we cease to become jiva. So choose to be jiva, cease to be a self. So to choose to be the self, you will be ceased to be a jiva. Always choice is ours. In this, there should be no doubt. Ruthlessly, this knowledge has to be accepted. There should never be any sentiments, emotions attached to it. The moment we allow the sentiments to the ego and the jiva, we have given full powers and weaponry by which all this intellectual understanding that ego or the mind will destroy with its instrument. Then again we go back to our normal jiva bhava, giving up our beautiful mukti giving aham brahmasmi sadhana. It's all the play of emotions that we continuously again go back to the worldliness. It's always emotion, a sentiment. पता नहीं क्या होगा, how can I leave my people, is it possible to be other than the deha to live, is the self really is there. These are emotions na, so powerful they are, they pull us from being a sincere sadhaka of the truth. Therefore ruthlessly we have to understand that these are the two options: be a jiva and suffer, or be a self and get freed from all suffering. So be ruthless, be strong, be totally committed, come what may. We are not going to compromise with our this life of trying to be one with the self. Those who have that way continuously compromised with all the opportunities given, they continue to be a miserable bound jiva. Without those compromises, the one who stood strong, stood tall, and countered all the emotional blackmailings with the intellectual wisdoms, he is the one who could continuously cross all limitations and reach out to the self and get liberated. Always choice is ours. Now, what are these beautiful things about the Atma we have to know? These are all essences of all Upanishads. In all Upanishads, the Atma Vastu is given with some of the words having an indicative meaning. Through that indicated meaning as pointers, when we travel in our intellectual contemplation, first as a conviction, second as meditation, third as an experience, we reach to the pointed through that pointers, to that indicated through the indicators. So whether it is Ashabdama Sparshama Rupama Avayam Tatadasam said in various Katadi Upanishads, Adreshyam Agrahyam Agotram said in Mundakam, Nanta Pragnam Navish Pragnam said in the Mandukya Upanishad, or Saparegat Sukramakayam Avaranam said in Ishavasya Upanishad. In each of the Upanishad, in different ways, the indicated definitions of Paramatma are given. Not definable definitions, Paramatma cannot be defined. In Mandukyam, in our Taittiriam, we have seen Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. This is what is Lakshana Vakya. In the same way, in various other Chandogya Brahdarinakas are given, even Purana Itihasa also given. In this Purana also, culling out the words from those Upanishads only, the indicated words, definitions or explanations of the Atma Vastu are told. As much deep we are in the understanding of these, and either abide in them, we become Atma Vastu, or try to discover the thing in us which satisfies, fulfills these lakshanas, then we reach to the self. दोनों एक ही बात है, कुछ भी करो, ऐसे लक्षण वाले वस्तु को ढूंढो तो आत्मा को पकड़ लोगे, या आत्मा वस्तु को ढूंढते जाओ वो ये लक्षण वाला दिखेगा. Okay, one by one. Now, first, na tatra atma. Na means, as said the above thing, it is denied. What is the thing said above in the last line? Jayate atha vinashyati. So, when the deha is born and dying, as long as we are in the deha, the sukhi dukhi is born and dying. and entering into the Deha every time the Jiva identifying the body and living, and leaving the body and entering into other. When all these are happening, in between the Jiva, Deha, and Jiva with Deha Tadasma as a Vyashti Bhakti individual in the world, in various interactions, going through Sukha Dukha, in all their births and deaths, this Paramatma na is na jayate, is na vinashyati. This na goes with the above two words. So all the Jiva enters and exits the body. And when he enters and before he exits, in that lifespan, the Jiva goes through various Sukha Dukha, through all the modifications continuously. But this Atma, while all that is happening, na jayate, na mriyate. Om Narayana. Wonderful is this main thought. Okay? Na jayate, na mriyate. So then, when we are observing the birth and death of our experiences continuously, what is that which is monitoring or watching every of these births and deaths? If this thought becomes very deep and contemplative, there is no second thought of meditation required. Only one, in whose presence, all these births and deaths are happening. If we can focus on that, and to reach out to that, it takes lot of years of thing, because the obstructing things. Oh. The obstructing things from the experience of the self in the form of asanas and prarabdhas, they won't allow. They are very sublime obstacles. They won't allow us to get the answer for this question as the self experience. Question is, who is that? What is that? Who is present in the birth and death of all the experiences, etc. Not allowing that experience are so many janmas, our vasana prarabdha are there. But when we stick on to this thought and go through the outer life's normalities without any extra additions, when all of them get exhausted, then we are as if given the entry into the experience of that self, which can never be the objectified things, which can never be objectified as a thing outside. The other thing, like in Gita said in 6th chapter, is ya atma samstam manah krutva nakinchidavi chintayet. The thought flow focusing on its own self, the self of the thought. See, the thought of the self is equal to the self of the thought. The thought of the self is equal to self of the thought. The self of the thought, when we are focusing, the thought gets dissolved, self is revealed. Still, it won't happen just like that. The delay, as it is said, because of these things. Till what we have to give back to the world is over. Till what Lord wants to do us through us is over. Till all our prarabdha and runa is over, that will not be given. In cases of very intense practices, Bhagavan may become kind enough to allow us to go through this life's prarabdha. Next life, straight away, He may give us. Okay. What we discussed so far is najayate namriyate, on the basis of this, the meditation on the self. So everything is jayate mriyate. What is that? In whose presence jayate mriyate is happening, but it is not jayate mriyate because it was there before the thing started occurring. It is also there when the thing stopped occurring. So who is that? What is that? This focus. But the answer will not come. It is not an answerable question. This question ends in the experience only as an answer. If you give an answer, you are only intellectually saying something. That's what we are struggling, jugglery doing throughout the day, every day, from so many 3 years. Today is the 3 years of our Vedanta Charcha, 8th May 2020. We started Puja Gurudev's Jayanti. Today is again 2023, 8th May. See, immediately we give answers. This is the one question where answer should not be given. What is that? Who is observing the coming and going of everything? It is Atma. It is Chaitanya Atma. It is Satchidatma. Again, we are concluding with the thought and intellectual understanding. We are not, that is called another cheating. That is why Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya Namedhaya. देखो तुरंत हम जवाब देते हैं इंटेलेक्चुअल टू दिस क्वेश्चन, नेवर रियली गोइंग इनटू द एक्सपीरियंस. Now you understand how the knowledge also binds us if we are not careful, especially in such occasions. So na is the word in this shloka, first word that na goes with the above two words of the earlier shloka. Therefore na jayate na mriyate. What is that na jayate na mriyate? Atma. So atma na jayate na mriyate. Now this na jayate na mriyate atma kutra, where is it? Be attentive. That is the beauty of it. Tatra. What is the meaning of Tatra? Tatra means what? Wherever you are seeing the birth and death of whatever it is, in that very much the Atman is there. Like when we say the water is not born, not dying, when the wave is born and dying. So clear. But this water which is not born or not dying, when the wave is born and dying, is where? Where is that water? Tatra. Tatra kutra? Yatra yatra veva asti tatra eva. It's not like that house collapsed, then one elder, one child died, other three survived. In the same way, the Upadis die, Atma is a separate fellow, he is saved. It is not separated. Tatra is the word here. Very essential. Tatra eva sthita Atma. Na jayate na mriyate. See, wherever the ornament is born and dying, there alone is gold is there. Please remember, Paramatma has to be discovered everywhere, in everything. Though first you have to discover in your gufa of the heart, but for the intellectual understanding sake, never think the Paramatma is somewhere other than this place or this time or these objects. ऐसा मत सोचना कि ये समय खत्म होएगा, एक जगह पार करेंगे, ये वस्तु को छੱਡ देंगे तो वहाँ और कहीं जगह पे कोई दूसरे टाइम पे दूसरे वस्तु में के रूप में परमात्मा है, ऐसा भान होता है लोगों को. That's why they go on waiting in time. It is not in any time. If at all it is in time, it is now only. And it is not in any place. If at all it is any place, it is here only. It is not in any object outside. If at all it is in me as me only. These are little intricate things. We have to keep listening to them once in a while, at least along with our simple listening of Vedanta. So, Tatra Atma, there only it is there, but na means na jayate na mriyate. तो वहीं रहकर वो आत्मा न मरता है न जन्म लेता है. देखो मजा. न तत्र आत्मा. So it is there. Then what is that instrument with which it can be known? No instrument can be known, can be used to know it. Then how it is known and how is it established there, existing there? In its own Jyoti. It is Swayam Jyoti. So by saying Tatra and by saying that it is not dying when the things are dying, it is not born when they are not born, it is not modified. Therefore it is said to be birth, change, deathless thing. Therefore what is that birth, change, deathless thing? Pure existence. So therefore by saying Na Tatra Atma, the existence is proved there. Pure existence as the self. Now by saying Swayam Jyotihi, the consciousness principle of the self is being brought to our notice or picture. So the Swayam Jyotis Swarupaha. Remember this. As we saw yesterday, the Adi Shankara's questions and answers of who is the one who makes the light happen in the daytime, Surya, Ratme, Chanda, Mama, Ityadi, we have seen, no? Na tatra Surya bhati, na Chandra tarakam bhati, na ima vidyutaha bhanti, ayam agni kutaha. In fact, tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. More so, tasya bhasa sarvam idam vibhati. It's a beautiful shloka. Daily we chant it while doing our Vaidika Arati. Interesting point क्या है? All the upadhis with which we see the world, they are all able to see the world because of Paramatma there. But none of the Upadhis have the capacity to see the Paramatma, because the zone of the Upadhis in which they can function are something outside, which are the Anatma. That is what the Kenadi Upanishad told us. Yat chakshushan apashyati. That is Brahman which cannot be seen by the eyes. But yena chakshumshi pashyati. That by which the eyes are able to see. Tadeva Brahma. That is called Brahma. Na idam yad idam upasate. Not that all that which you are thinking as that Brahman. No, this is the only way that truth is explained. Therefore, there are three things: object which is seen, knowledge of the object, knower of the object. Then the fourth one, which is illumining all these three. है ना? तीनों को भी illuminate करने वाला एक चौथा प्रिंसिपल है, and that is me. And to experience that me, है ना, टू एक्सपीरियंस दैट लाइक समटाइम ना, कोई बात करते हुए कहीं हम फंस जाके भूल जाते हैं और बोलते हैं हम अपने आप को, क्या मैं कहा हूँ यार, कौन से टॉपिक चल रहा था, कोई याद कराओगे? हाँ, अच्छा आप ये कहा नहीं, लाइक कोई बात बोल रहा है, इज टेलिंग समथिंग सीरियसली, सडनली फोन कॉल केम, तो ही अटेंड्स दैट फोन एंड सेज, अरे वेयर आई वाज, आई जस्ट फॉरगॉट. And then he tells, Acha, you are telling your frustrated story. Continue. Therefore, after listening to, I can also share. तो डोंट वी से दैट कि मैं कहाँ खो गया, तो मुझे याद बता कराओ. इन द सेम वे हम खो गए हैं इन द ज्ञाता ज्ञानम ज्ञेयम त्रिपुटी. Therefore, not able to recognize our essential self as the illuminator of these three. Then what to do? Drop one by one all these three, then be in the self. This is called Vedanta. This is called meditation. This is called the method or technique of self-realization. After the self is realized, remaining intact in the self anubhuti, these jnata, gnayam, jnanam can be played. There is no more bondage. Bondage is only when we forget our real essential self. But that is always with me in experience. Then the play of jnata, gnanam, gnayam I am playing, how can it bind me? Okay, so na tatra atma, na tatra means not jayate mriyate, tatra staying in everything. Then atma as a self of them, therefore pure existence is derived from this. By saying swayam jyotihi is said to be prakashamana self effulgent. उसका नेचर ही ज्योति स्वरूप है. उसको जगाने या दिखलाने के लिए दूसरा कोई लाइट का जरूरत नहीं है. Swayam Jyotihi. Be conscious of it. Therefore, again, what is that light? In whose light? The light giving senses and mind are working. Please remember, all our instruments are called as the light givers. Why? Because they illuminate their respective objects. Like eye is a light. It illumines its respective objects of colors and forms and shapes. Ear is a light which illuminates its objects of sounds. सो ये सारे ज्योतियां हैं, इंद्रिय ज्योतियां हैं, जिनके द्वारा इंद्रिय वस्तुओं का ज्ञान होता है. सो टू द mana also is a light, because of which the indriyas have the light. Mana itself has its own light to illuminate its own the variety of thoughts and projections and emotions. Then behind the mana is the Atma Jyoti, in whose presence all these are working. Again, as we saw earlier, here also the Deha, Jnanendriyas, then Antakarana, इन सबको हम पार करते हैं. तो जो आत्मा जो सत स्वरूप है, जो स्वयं ज्योति स्वरूप है, उसका हमको आत्मा के रूप में अनुभव में आना चाहिए. आएगा, आने तक आने के लिए ध्यान करते रहना. देखो, तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योति ही हो गया. But this looks to be little abstract or subtle straight away. Therefore, please can you guide us systematic step by step easier way? Okay. Another way of seeing it. This Atma is Vyakta Avyaktayoho Paraha. It is beyond both the Vyakta manifest, Avyakta the unmanifest. This is another way of meditation. In the presence of this only, From the avyakta, the vyakta getting manifested, and the vyakta manifested going back into the unmanifested stage. At the totality level, it is called as Sushti and Laya or Pralaya. Individual level, mein, it is called as the avyakta avastha is the nidra avastha, vyakta avasthas are the jagra swapna. In Vedantic terminology, the jagra swapna avasthas are called as karya, effective. Then the sushupti avastha is called karana. So this is same like what we saw morning. Sat chat tyacha bhavato murtam amurtam. So sat murtam tyat amurtam. Murtam is effect, the karya. Amurtam, the tyat is called kazu. In the same way, the amurtam, the avyaktam, the causal body. The murtam, vyaktam, both gross and subtle. The atma is beyond these two. Vyakta avyakta yoho paraha. Again, in the our Taittiriya Bhasha, the Vyakta are the waves, effects. Avyakta is the ocean, kazu. Avyakta Vyaktayo para is the water, which is neither the wave nor the ocean, therefore neither the cause nor our effect. In its presence, of ocean the cause is existing, in its own presence the effect, the wave also is rising or falling, existing. So, through the examples, that intellect opens up in higher understandings. All Vedanta is higher understandings or deeper understandings or root cause understandings or the subtle understandings. Vedanta का मतलब सूक्ष्म ग्रहणम. अत्यंत सूक्ष्म is Paramatma. And Paramatma does nothing. He is just there in his pristine glory. अब आप अननेसेसरी क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, इससे मुंह बंद करने के लिए सो कामयता बोलना पड़ता है. Otherwise, you will either do kamana nor creates world. Ultimate. But we have seen the world, we want to know the truth. We are at our own level. Therefore, for our sake, Shruti Mata comes a step down and she says, So Kamayata. And हम भी बुद्धू की तरह सुन लेते हैं. And then she will explain what's the difference between our kamana and his kamana. So that she escapes that question of how can the Lord can do desire. So na tatra atma understood. Na means na jayate mriyate. Tatra means staying in and through all the upadhis. Atma, the self. And this self which never perishes is in the form of Jyoti. And is that Jyoti born from somewhere else? No, Swayam Jyoti. Jyotir Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivosmiham. Tatra Atma Swayam Jyoti. हो गया. Then Vyakta Avyaktayoho Paraha also we have seen. कार्य कारण के परे परमात्मा होते हैं. परमात्मा में न कारण है न कार्य है. Is कारण कार्य रहित सर्व कारणम. Okay, from the Jagata Drushti. But from his own standpoint, neither is a karana, he has a karana for him, nor he becomes a karana to anything. This is what brought out in our 7th chapter, Shloka 7 of Gita. Matta paratarannanyata kinchidasti dhananjaya iti dhananjaya iti sadhananjaya iti jnana dhananjaya. Jaya means jito. ऐसे धन का जय करो हे अर्जुन. ज्ञान का धन, साधना का धन. What is that? Mattah parataram. Mattah parataram is that which is before me as a cause to me. Na asti. Kinchidapi. Mattah anyato. Same like me, other than me. Asti. Mattah kinchitu. Which is later on to me, other than me, as the effect of me. Na asti. I am that. That me only, through my own para prakriti, is expressing as the entire world. That's what I said in the earlier 5-6 shlokas. 7th chapter, especially 4th, 5th, 6th shlokas. Bhumiraponlo vayu kamano buddhiriyavacha ahankaramiti yamme vinna prakriti ashtada apara. This is apara prakriti, ashtada jada. Then jiva bhuta para prakriti. Through these two prakriti, the entire world is running. By me, the show of the world. And who am I? I am that self. When this discussion of the Karya Karana Jagat is dropped, I am that which has not become cause to any effect, nor which has any cause to become itself as an effect. Parataram nasti, anyad nasti, kinchid nasti. See, this is Vedanta. From the Karya, we go to Karana. In the Karana, we discover that there is no Karanatva. Therefore, the Karya Karana dono we reject. What remains is Karya Karana Rahita, pure Param. This is what slowly we have to listen higher things, try to understand, digest them, never deny them, don't say it's not possible for us to understand. पहले सुन लो, धीरे धीरे समझ में आएगा, फिर उसके बाद what is to meditate upon we will come to know. Without this pure Vedantic ज्ञानम, all meditations are only time pass. बढ़िया सा समय बिता रहे जो सिखाने वाले भी ध्यान और सीखने वाले. Without तत्व ज्ञान, how can you meditate? Is it not? कुछ भी कहते रहते हैं लोग, कुछ भी सुनते रहते हैं, बट ज्ञानम चाहिए. देन विद द पक्का नॉलेज ऑफ वेदांत और तत्व और उपनिषद we exactly know what we are meditating upon to realize what and experience what. So na tatra atma, na means na jayate mriyate, tatra staying there and then alone, atma as a self, the pure existence, what is it? Swayam jyotihi, self-effulgent pure consciousness. Yaha, that self is vyakta avyaktayoho paraha. He is neither the cause nor the effect. On him the cause and effect are superimposed. Clear? On him the cause and effect are superimposed. So the cause, the nidra, the effect, jagra sapna. Both are superimposed on pure consciousness. Why do you bring this superimposition? What is the logic? Many hundreds of times we saw. Again the prasanga came, therefore we talk. Okay, what is a projection or superimposition? What is a substratum? The meaning is this. Substratum is that which never changes in all three periods of time. So projection or superimposition is that which comes at one time and goes another time. And they are appearing to be mixed up. They appear to be mixed up. Then through the intellectual inquiry, among these two, what is projection, what is substratum, we have to grasp. It is for grasping sake, it is for understanding sake, only to know that this is superimposed, there is a substratum behind. Second point. Third is what? The thing becomes complete, the understanding and practice become complete only finally when that substratum is me recognized. This is what. That is why the gold is substratum, the ornaments are superimposed, because gold was there before ornaments made, between also when the ornaments go away. But the ornaments, they are coming and going. Therefore, they are superimposed on the substratum. Any example you take. In the same way, in our own self, the conscious self is the substratum. The Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti are superimposed. Why is you say? Because the conscious self is very much is there in these three avasthas. Point one. Two, when these avasthas are coming and going, nothing happening to it. Is it not? Three, these three avasthas cannot be there without this. And the gold is there in all ornaments. When the ornamentation happened, nothing happened to the gold. And never the ornaments can stay without the gold. The relation between adhisthana and adhyaropa, aropa, we have to very clearly understand. Our intense interest or our drushti is only in the aropita as a real, because of its glitterings, because of its vyavaharika values, because of the habit of getting through them some happiness, thinking it is coming from them, not knowing that it is only reflected happiness, that our minds get deluded to take them as real, not the substrate. It's all like, when you condition your mind that that person is bad. You're conditioned. Now let him prove or talk or others tell good about him. You will not listen because mind is conditioned. That is bad. So to a person you take him as good. But others tell you the facts with proofs. He is bad. But no, but I don't agree. It is called delusion. व्यावहारिक delusions. आध्यात्मिक delusion भी यही है. The substratum is never valued, superimposed only valued. Whatever we value, we want to give importance to that only. Is it not? Like you value your children, however stupid they are. Because you are attached to them. However beautiful, stupid. The neighbor child, इतने बढ़िया भी हो, but he is not my child. You don't give importance because you value जहाँ value है उसका. So too, that is why through the lot of viveka, in which the ephemerality, the binding nature of the world, again and again, when we reflect, then the value given become devalued. Then only the readiness. Just like the mother does to the child. He wants to play. Then she will tell, he has got so much value for the play. Therefore, he is not studying. So you will call and sit, make that fellow sit and tell, बेटा ठीक है तुम खेलो, मेरे को कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी सुनो, it is very hot. You get that heat storm or something you call, heat stroke. Then you will be on the bed 3 days. You can't eat anything. You will become so weak. Is it not? Then you will not be able to study. Then you will fail. Then every person, every of your friends look at you and they laugh. When all this dosha drushti is shown to that fellow, then he loses interest in playing the summer or hot. Then he only asks, Mama, then what to do? Then study. So too, when in our heart, by proper thinking, as our Muchukunda Raja is doing, we develop the detachment with the seeing of the faults and shortcomings in all those attachments where we are attached because we are seeing the positive in that. The mind comes to a level of at least listening and later on choosing the substratum, the self. हम इतने फंसे हुए हैं आरोपित में कि एक अधिष्ठान है सुनने को भी राजी नहीं. Forget about wanting to discover and establish in it and enjoy the blissful infinite nature. Understanding na? Na tatratma swayam jyotihi yo vyakta avyaktayoh paraha. Both vyakta avyakta, jagar sapna shubdi, all are aropita and the adhisthana, the self. Vyakta avyaktayoh paraha means paraha is substratum, vyakta avyakta are the superimposed on that. Vyakta is effect, manifested, avyakta is unmanifest, the cause. And the difference between Adhisthana Adhyaropa is Adhisthana always remains. Adhyaropas come and go. Adhyaropas depend on the Adhisthana, not vice versa. First understand the definitions. And few examples you see that of what we commonly see. Then that explanation may thoda thorough ho jao with the examples. Now same thing what it is in us, you inquire. In that inquiry, you come to know I, the conscious entity, is always there. These three avasthas are coming and going. Therefore, they are adhyaropa. I am the conscious self with adhisthana. These are all intellectual knowledge. Now, to experience this adhisthana atma, then वाकई ही हमको ये तीनों अवस्थाओं को पार करना है. सो सुषुप्ति अवस्था एनीवे हम छोड़ देते हैं क्योंकि वहाँ मेडिटेशन नहीं होता, स्वप्न में भी नहीं होता. अब जागृति है तो जागृत में ध्यान में बैठकर what is that which is causing the Jagrata Avastha? If we can eliminate that, in the Jagrata Avastha, we transcend Jagrata Avastha, then we reach to that Atma Avastha, Atma Anubhuti, which is substratum for all the three Avasthas. And what is that in Jagrata Avastha, which is sustaining Jagrata Avastha? Experiences of the world. Therefore, drop all experiences, come to one experience. And in that one experience, again, Triputi are there. Experienceru, experienced, experiencing. Then drop the experience do, drop the experiencer. When these two are there, experiencer also goes away. Then what remains? The substrate. This is what is understanding of tattva. This is what is called the dhyana to be done. Actual dhyana. In this only, beyond everything, that vyakta vyakta parahatma, which is adhishtanam for everything, we realize as ourselves. इसको और भी सुनना, बार बार सुनना, 1000 बार सुनना, फिर दिमाग लगाना. किसी भी तरह से इसको इंटेलेक्चुअल डीप अंडरस्टैंडिंग में पाकर रहूंगा. This type of intention. Then spend some days and nights in contemplation. But एक बार click होता है ना वो intellectual understanding में, that itself is a great joy. After that, then work it out on the seat of meditation to really experience it. It's like anywhere. You want to make a house. First, you have become clear about where to make the house, how big house, what's the money, and all the plan is done. देखो सारा जब वो अप्रूव हो जाता है ना, see the joy of it. But it's only the initial joy. The real joy comes when you really see that the house is being built. Money is there already, everything. You have given money, contractor दे बनाते जा रहे. अब पूरा बन गया, उसने चाबी दे दी आपको हाथ में, सीधा joy. So too, the intellectual understanding gives one kind of joy, but that is not we have to stop it. We have to work on to experience really the self. So if intellectually it is understood that I am that self which is not Jagra, Swapna, Sushupti Avastha, therefore you have to experience that I am the self which is not these three avasthas. That effort is called meditation. वो अनुभव आने तक करते जाना. And it is a very subjective search, where the searching itself is ridiculous, because a searcher, a subject, searches the object only, not the subject. It is contradiction in terms, but there is no other way. करते 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 एक दिन क्या है ना, जानत तुम ही हो ही जाई. Knowing becomes being, not becoming. So न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयोः परः. हो गया. Now some examples are given. आकाश इव च आधारः. It is like a akasha, adhara to everything. Such a great example, no, the akasha. Morning also Vyasa, Chittakasha, Chidakasha, Chittakasha, Bhutakasha, and then Chidakasha, Parame Vyoman. Okay, now Bhutakasha only देखो, एक बार आंख खोल के आकाश में देखो, कितना अनंत है रे बाबा. That millions of light years distant में जो स्टार दिख रहा है, जो अभी नहीं है, बहुत पहले वो ब्लैक होल में चला गया होगा. उसकी कांति हमको दिख रही बस, है कि नहीं. लाइक अगरबत्ती पूरा जल जाता है, लेकिन फिर भी उसका खुशबू रूम में रहती है 1-2 घंटे. So too, that light object, sun, that star might have got disappeared, but that kanti is coming. Now our point is not that. Such far out distant stars also are in the space only. And the space is even beyond that. So by giving the example of space, the anantata of the Atma Tattva is being established. And by saying Adhara, like the Ananta Akasha Adhara for all these things of the suns, moons, stars, galaxies, and inside, outside things is huge. That whole thing, no one scientist or all scientists put together can fathom what are there, all these things, but all are in the space. You understand that? In the same way, the self is that thing in which this Chittakasha, this Bhutakasha, both are supported along with all that are contained in this Chitta and Bhutakashas. चिदाकाश में चित्त आकाश और उसमें रहने वाले सारे वृत्ति, चिदाकाश में ही भूताकाश, उसमें सारे रहने वाले स्थूल वस्तु सब लटक रहे. In this way it is adhara. If the space is not there, where will they be? So too in the same way the Sat Chit Paramatma is not there as adhara. Where will all these things, व्यष्टि कहो, समष्टि कहो, स्थूल कहो, सूक्ष्म कहो, कारण कहो, कुछ भी कहो, ये आधार है हम सब के लिए. And what is the meaning of adhara, akasha? We have to be very clear. Therefore, 4 words are used to explain what is akasha with respect to other things. So too, what is the atma with respect to every anatma vastu. The 4 words are dhruvaha, anantaha, then anupamaha and tataha. Dhruvaha, anantaha, anupamaha, then tataha. So dhruvaha means what? Firm, stable. It doesn't move. It doesn't change. Is it not? Everything in the world are akasha are adhruva. Only akasha is dhruva. Next same thing comes in Kathopanishad. Dhruvam adhruyeshu ihana prarthayante. येन रूपम रसम गंधम शब्दान स्पर्शान मैथुनान एतेनेव विजानाति किमत्र परिशिष्यते एतद्वै ततो स्वप्नान्तं जागरितांचं च उभयेनानुपश्यति महान्तं विमात्मानं मत्वा धीरो न शोचति. What a beautiful mantras of Katha Upanishad. So first the example, Akasha is Dhruva. Dhruva means non-changing, non-modifying, non-moving. All the things in the Akasha are Adhruva. They move from one place to the other. They change in themselves in their own positions. And some planet can contrast and become small. Some are becoming expanded. What is not happening is cosmos. But क्या हो रहा है उस समय स्पेस को कुछ नहीं हो रहा. That's called Dhruva. Second is Dhruva Anantaha. Everything in the Akasha is Ananta. All the sun, moon, galaxy. But the Akasha is not Ananta. Everything in Akasha are Antavan. Akasha alone is Ananta. So too, the pure Atma Tattva is also Ananta. So Dhruvaha, unchangeable, unmovable, Anantaha, endless. What about the three avasthas? They are not Dhruva. They are coming and going. Are they Ananta? No, when they are Adhruva, how can there be Ananta? They are Santa. Third one is Anupamaha. Anupama means Upama nahi hai. There is no second thing which can be compared with space. दूसरा आकाश है क्या तो थोड़ा कंपेयर करके बताने के लिए उपमा है ही नहीं. That's a big problem with the self. Like there are people, you can give some upama to them. Upama means some comparison example. है ना. अच्छा वो है ना, वो देखो तुम अपने पड़ोस के अंकल के जो घर आते ना रिश्तेदार, उसको देखते हो ना, उसी के तरह रहता है, बट थोड़ा सा नाक लंबा है. उसकी बीवी ने खींच खींच के लंबा किया. क्यों ऐसा, मतलब कान ने भी खींचा उन्होंने, बट सारे क्यों बताओ मैं तुमको, बस नाक से काम बन जाएगा. तो जिसका नाक लंबा है वही ऐसा ही दिखता है. इट्स कॉल्ड उपमा. उपमान मीन्स एन एग्जाम्पल इज गिवन, सिमिली लाइक. What simile you can give to Akasha? It is its own. So to Paramatma की तरह और एक चीज है ही नहीं. That is what when the Krishna Sudapar, all of them did tapasya and said, Bhagavan, we want a son like you. अरे भगवान से मेरी तरह कोई हो ही नहीं सकता, इसलिए मैं खुद ही आ जाता. देखो, there is no other thing to be it like it. Anupama. Last one is Tataha. Tata means Vyapta. Sarva Vyapaka. So Dhruva, Anantaha, Anupamaha, Tataha. Tata means Vyaptam. Permeating everything. Space is permeating everything. Remember that. In every moon or sun or earth, inside there is space, outside there is space, whole sun is hanging in the space. In this way, the self. Okay, so this is what our Shukadevji is telling Parikshitji to meditate and abide in the self. Okay, evam atmanam atmastam atmana eva amrisha prabho buddhya anumana garvinya vasudeva anuchintaya. The above thing, how to arrive at, derive it, is by this sadhana. Evam atmanam atmastam atmaneva atmana eva amrisha prabho buddhya anumana garvinya vasudeva anuchintaya. So this I need to explain again like this shloka at least for 40 minutes. So tomorrow we will study that. So today this shloka only, let us chant it only 6 times as our japa and dhyana parayana which we have taken up in this chapter. Okay. न तत्र आत्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ता व्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव च आधारः ध्रुवो अनंतो अनुपमः तथा ध्रुवो अनंतोपम. अनंतो उपमा लिखा है बट अनंत में जो अन है ना उसको उधर भी लगाओ तो अनुपमः हो जाता है. अनंतोनुपमः ध्रुवो अनंतोनुपमस्ततः. एक वो अक्षर ज्यादा एक्स्ट्रा लेटर होने से उसका मीटर बिगड़ता है श्लोक का. इसलिए अनंत का जो अनु शब्द है उस अनु को उपमा में भी लगाओ. तो अंत का अन लगाओ तो अनंत हो गया, उपमा का अन लगाओ तो अनुपम हो गया. सो अनंत अनुपम ऐसे दो पदों को पढ़ना चाहिए. ओके, स्टार्ट. ओम न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः न तत्रात्मा स्वयं ज्योतिः यो व्यक्ताव्यक्तयोः परः आकाश इव चाधारः ध्रुवोऽनन्तोपमस्ततः। देखो कितना मन को हम एकाग्र शुद्ध बनाकर रखने से इन चीजों को हम पूरी तरह समझकर याद रख के ध्यान करते हुए अनुभव में ला सकते हैं। So therefore in this life enough of saving money, enough of saving the relations, enough of saving all attachments, बहुत किया. अब let us save our अंतःकरण to be in the Shuddha Ekagra energetic Bhumika, so that these sublime Vedantic truths we have capacity, energy to listen, to analyze, to understand, to do sadhana required and to get abidance in it. इसलिए वो लोग उन सब दिनों में जहाँ एनर्जी चला जाता है, डिस्ट्रैक्ट होता है, यू नो, उस संसार को छोड़कर they used to go to the jungle to conserve the energies, avoid the distractions. Then in the deep heated meditation, the efforts, they focus their attention on the terrible energies required. You know that when that army people, they are in the search operation terrorists, how concentratedly they look at. So much of energy goes in it. It appears to be that they are nothing, they are not doing anything physically. But their mind, their eyes, so much functioning. And look out for the terrorist or any signs of that. In the same way, to focus on the self now, tremendous energy is required. बहुत मतलब बहुत, हाँ हमको है कहाँ एनर्जी? थ्रू शब्द फर शब्द स्पर्श सगंध थ्रू द ज्ञानेन्द्रिय कर्मेंद्रिय अंतकरण, सारा एनर्जी वेस्ट हो ही जा रहा है फॉर द मीनिंगलेस थिंग्स एंड पीपल ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. The husbands, wife, husband, children, thousands of time they proved that you are wasting your time in changing us, in trying to change us. Mind your business. Whenever your wife or husband or children don't listen to you, they mean to say that it is none of your business. Mind your business. Just focus on yourself. But do you think we listen? So to the world, wherever we are failed or insulted, humiliated, everywhere, all of them are saying that this is not your actual business. Your business is take a U-turn, turn towards the self, reach it out. बट हमारा ये है ना बुद्धि मन जो मोहग्रस्त है, ये मैसेज को पकड़ना नहीं चाहता. Is it not? See, when we get insulted from somebody, we are detaching from that body out of majboor, but we are getting lost in another thing. एक बार धोखा खाकर छोड़कर इसको वैराग्य आकर परमात्मा पड़ेगा, इज वाइज पर्सन. बार बार धोखा खा रहा है, लाते खा रहा है, तो इसे बेवकूफ. And we are such a बेवकूफ कि in every life from million sources we get kicked to turn inside, but we are not turning. How funny we are. And this we have to realize. If this type of thinking doesn't happen, we will never be discovering where we are going wrong, pakka. And there we have to rectify, then only things get settled. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sri Bhagavata Sharanam Mama. Sri Sadguru Sharanam Mama. Sri Suta Sharanam Mama. Sri Shukadeva Sharanam Mama. Sri Vyasa Sharanam Mama. Sri Narada Sharanam Mama. Sri Kumara Sharanam Mama. Sri Brahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Vishnu Sharanam Mama. Shri Parabrahma Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare. He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murare, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam, Pangum Langhayate Girim, Yatkravatamaham Vande, Paramananda Madhavam, Swarge Satye Cha Kailase, Vaikunte Nasti Ayam Rasaha, अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामा मुञ्चत कर्हिचित ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ श्रीकृष्णपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणं दशमस्कन्धः उत्तरार्धः एकपञ्चाशत्तमोऽध्यायः श्रीशुक उवाच श्रीभगवानुवाच मुचुकुन्द उवाच Let us continue the introspectional guidance receiving from our great Raja Muchukunda, wherein not giving chance to anyone to find faults with us, himself is finding. And these faults are the spiritual. The essence of all that is, we are just squandering our life away in the ephemeral non essentials and not using it for the real self, the eternal essential self. What we have studied just now in our 12th Skandha, Shukadevji's Upadesha. Here, to reach to that one, how we have to contemplate and do. So that is Tattva Chintanam. Here it is the Vicharana about the Jagat for getting the Vairagya. This is called Vyatireka Sadhana, that is Anvaya Sadhana. दोनों मिलकर हम जिसको छोड़ना है वो छोड़कर जिसको पकड़ना है उसको पकड़ते हैं. So let us do the mantra Ucharana from the verse number 48 to 54 इतना ही करेंगे. मम ईश कालोजित निष्फलो गतः राज्यश्रियोन्नद्धमदस्य भूपतेः मर्त्यात्मबुद्धेः सुतदारकोशभूषु आसज्जमानस्य दुरन्तचिन्तया कलेवरेऽस्मिन् घटकुड्यसन्निभे निरूढमानो नरदेव इत्यहं वृतोरते भाष्व पदात्यनीकपैः गां पर्यटन्स्त्वागणयन् सुदुर्मदः प्रमत्तमुच्चैरिति कृत्य चिन्तया प्रवृद्धलोभं विषयेषु लालसं त्वमप्रमत्तः सहसाभिपद्यसे क्षुल्लेलिहानो हरिवाकुमन्तकः पुरारथैर्हेम परिष्कृतैश्चरन् मतङ्गजैर्वानरदेव संज्ञितः स एव कालेन दुरत्ययेन ते कळेवरो विट्कृमि भस्म संज्ञितः निर्जित्य दिक्चक्रमभूतविग्रहः वरासनस्थः समराजवन्दितः गृहेषु मैथुन्य सुखेषु योषितां क्रीडामृगः पूरुष ईशनीयते करोति कर्माणि तपः सुनिष्ठितः निवृत्तभोगस्तदपेक्षया ददतु पुनश्च भूयेयमहं स्वराडिति प्रवृद्धतर्षो न सुखाय कल्पते भवापवर्गो भ्रमतो यदा भवेत् जनस्य तर्ह्यच्युत सत्समागमः सत्सङ्गमो यर्हि तदैव सद्गतौ परावरेशे त्वयि जायते मतिः. How crystal clear, this is an explanation of our Muchukunda Raja, almost what we study in our Adhyatma Ramayana, the Vyasa Ukti of the Katha, Kathanika and Jnana Bhaga. Same way this is also. Little you have to big slokas they are. The Sandhi Vigraha, those things to adjust kar lo, so then flow of the thought is really easily caught. So In the first sloka 48, what is said, we have already seen. What is that? Mama esha kalaha e ajita nishpalha gataha. My entire time is nishpal ho gaya, waste ho gaya. How it has got wasted? It is like this. Martya atma buddhehe. I took this body as a self. And then Rajyasriya Unnadha Madasya Bhupatehe. Then not only I have identified the self, body as the self, identified they as a self, but then in that I became Bhupati, Raja. And that Raja, such a big one, ki such a huge Raja I got. Therefore, Rajyasriya Unnadha Madaha Bhupatehe. तो अब मनुष्य बनना, उसके बाद राजा बनना, फिर राज्य का एक्सपैंड करना और उस मद एरोगेंस में रहना. In this busy schedule, all my lifespan is wasted. One aspect, the outer things. Inner things, again same, inside. With the Martya Atma Buddhi only, inside the palace. These are all outside the palace. Outside his own residence. Housed on his place of stay, he is his Raja. And he has got big Rajyam. And he has got lot of Sampada. And very well big name and fame. So he was busy in that. I was busy in that. Therefore, in this way, my Kala, half of it has gone. Second half also, the base is same. Martya Atma Buddhi. But where is the second half lost of mine, my time? Ki again Martyatma Buddhi hai in these four things. Suta, Dara, Kosha, Bhushu. Suta, the children. Dara, the wife. Kosha is the wealth required for them. Bhu means the accommodation, the places, the houses which had to build for them. ये हो गया पर्सनल लाइफ, ये हो गया पब्लिक लाइफ. दोनों में भगवान के लिए टाइम दिया ही नहीं. Exactly same only, no? Only thing is, we are not such a big Raja like Muchukunda. Hum to Chuchukunda Raja. Some small. Outside, each of us have a job, a naukri, a company, a factory, some social identity. What is the meaning of Rajya Shriya Unnadhamada? Means somewhere we are. It's all professional achievements. Second thing is common. Sutadara Kosha Bhushu Asajjamanasya. आसमंतात असज्जमान क्या हुआ, एक को भी छोड़ा नहीं मेरे अटैचमेंट में. दूसरी बात, शुरू जहां किया अटैचमेंट का पैदा होते ही, अब छोड़ ही नहीं रहा हूं मरने तक. दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ आ मीन्स असमंतात. असमंतात मीन्स शुरू से लेकर अंत तक. आ इज द वर्ड समवेयर आल्सो इट केम यस्टरडे और टुडे. आ सेतु हिमाचल. ओके, आ मीन्स असमंतात, शुरू से लेकर. कहाँ से शुरू? सेतु. सेतु इस रामेश्वरम नीचे, हिमाचल मीन्स ऊपर, हिमालय. ये पूरा भारत माता है. आ सेतु हिमाचल सस्य श्यामल वीर धात्री की जय जय हो. एक भारत माता की जय जय हो, एक गाना है भारत माता. लाइक गीता, आप ब्रह्म भुवना लोका. ब्रह्म से लेकर ये जो को पिपीलिका के पर्यंत तक. आ का अर्थ ये है. देखो यार, असज्जमानस्य मतलब हर एक से सज्जन में अटैचमेंट में था मैं, और शुरू से लेकर अंत तक, थ्रू आउट द डे, सुबह उठने से लेकर रात में सोने तक. सो आइदर आई एम अटैच्ड टू सुतधारा कोश भूषु और राजश्रिया उन्नतमदः. बस देयर इज नो थर्ड थिंग इन माय लाइफ. इट्स अबाउट आवर ओन ऑटोबायोग्राफी. इट्स नॉट ओनली हिज. And in that attachment, what was my mind going on through? Duranta chintaya. No, इसको कैसे एक्सप्लेन करें? एक हिंट दे देते हैं बस. एंडलेस चिंता. Chinta is what? To give them love, to get the love from them. And to give them love, expression of the love is in giving them the objects, in giving them that care, in giving them hospitality. अब यही चिंता उसमें. I told you yesterday toward the end, Chintana for Paramatma alone is worthy of calling it as Chintana. Anything other Chintana other than Paramatma is not Chintana, it is Chinta. It's only worry, brooding, because it never ends. The world is such a black hole sort of thing. The more you give them love, the more they want. The more you give attention, the more they want. The more resources, money you give them, the service, the more you do, they go on wanting it. Till they suck you, that's all, dying only. आपके मरने तक नहीं छोड़ेंगे आपको, एंड वो नहीं करते कुछ, इट इज वी ओनली गिव देम. No, in your own life, like you and me as speaker and listener, at the time of class, we just kicked all of them. Therefore, nobody dares touch our mind. But after the class, we only go and get lost. These these are the how we have to think the things to understand the things. दुरंत चिंता, अंतरहित चिंता करते करते अंत हमारा होता है, लेकिन ये चिंता का नहीं होता. Somewhere you have to break. That is why the Vanaprastha Ashrama. Vanaprastha Ashrama is a bridge between Grihastha and Sannyasa, where we undo whatever we have done, so that the mind is ready for take off through sannyasa into the truth. So Martyatma Buddhi common. From there Raja. Raja Shriya Omnadda Madaha. Here again Martyatma Buddhi. Then Sutadara Kosha Bhushu. Always Asajamanaha and Duranta Chinta. In this way, Mama Esha Kalaha Gataha. All my whole life is gone. हमारे बारे में कह रहे हैं, पूरा लाइफ खत्म नहीं होता, चला नहीं जाता, एक दिन चला जाता है. और एक दिन इज अ यूनिट ऑफ द होल लाइफ. Is it not? One day is a unit of one life. What you have done in a day determines what you do in the whole life. If the life a day is erratic, whole life is erratic. If the day is full of samsara, whole life is samsara. If half the day is samsara sadhana, half life is so. Whole day you spend in sadhana, whole life is in sadhana. Don't go to the entire life of 100 years. एक दिन क्या करना है बस उसको डिसाइड करो, उस पे अड़ जाओ, साधना हो जाता है. अड़े रहना, बस खड़े रहना, तभी बढ़ते रहेंगे. नहीं अड़े खड़े बढ़े तो सिर्फ सड़े. We have to do. See that how nicely he has given us. Again the next one. That देहात्म बुद्धि जो है ना, मर्त्यात्म बुद्धि, उसको फिर से कह रहे. What it is? कलेवरे अस्मिन, this body. What is it? घट कुड्य सन्निभे. What is in ghada? What is in the wall? Puja Gurudev says nothing but a bundle of calcium, carbon, phosphorus. Today Gurudev's Jayanti. Hundreds of times this word he uses. The bundle of calcium, carbon and phosphorus packed in a good looking packet is this body. No difference between ghada and that kudya, the wall. मिट्टी मिट्टी मिट्टी. तू क्या रोंदे मैं, याद रख लेना मोई, मैं रोंदू एक दिन आएगा ऐसे, है ना. माटी कहे कुमार से, तू क्या रोंग दे मोई, एक दिन ऐसा रहेगा, मैं रोंदू तू रोई. देखो वो मट्टी कह रही है, उसके अंदर भी जान है. कुंदलो बैठा कर, एक दिन ऐसा मैं करूंगा. He put it in sentimental emotional form, but then the meaning is what? Gata and Kudya and Deha are same. So Kalevar Yasmin Gata Kudya Sanive Nirudha Manaha. Manaha is identity. Nirudha means deep rooted. From the Rudha word only, the root, the English word. Nirudha Manaha. Then in that again, Naradeva. I am the king. These are the things. Once you take up that just form, any of the identity or responsibility, then you justify it. To justify it, you indulge so much. I want to justify my job given. तो हम ये, मैं तो अभी बच्चों का पिता माता ये है हम, तो हमको क्या ना वो रिस्पॉन्सिबल नहीं करना क्या? When you ask like that, how can I say no? Otherwise you will send those children to me. हम ही अपने सर पे डाल लेते हैं, फिर हम ही कहते हैं कि इसको निभाना हमारे हाथ में है, हम करते जाएंगे. These are called delusions. Giving up the right thing, doing the wrong thing, taking the wrongdoing as a responsibility and going on justifying. This is delusion. Not having good food, but having only drinks and drugs, then justifying that they are right. Delusion. So to Galevare Esmin Gatakutya Sannibhe Nirudamanaha Naradeva iti aham. With a kingly posing, Vrutaha, I was always surrounded by Ratha, Ibha, Ashwa, Padatya, Anika Paihi. All the Ratha Gaja Turaga Pada Anika around me. And Gam Paryatan, I say, then Bhumi Rahata me as a Raja, getting taxes from them, or defeating other small little kings and expanding my kingdom. And while doing all that, what I have done? Tva aganayan. I was not doing ganana of you. You were not taken into account at all by me. And what was the reason? Sudur madaha. Sustu dushta madaha. That I'm a king type of mother was so much that I didn't even care you, oh God. Are they not helping us? The beautiful thoughts of contemplation by our great Raja Muchukunda ji. So cute, you know. ये अपने ऊपर डालकर हमको सिखा रहे हैं. He's not telling other, you king like you arrogant, drop everything and do meditation. He's not telling somebody like I tell. He is telling to himself about himself to Lord. This is the wisdom. Before others tell, if you recognize our own mistake and rectify, it is called wisdom. After others tell, when we get know the mistake and rectify, it is called knowledge. It's better. It's okay. Even after others telling, we don't change and become worse day by day. अब इस चीज को क्या कहें? What do you call that thing or being? देन ये वाले उनके जो राजा के अपने जीवन के हमें अपने जीवन में देखने हाउ वी आल्सो आर नॉट डूइंग दीज टू थिंग्स. वन इज व्हाट? भगवान का गणना नहीं किया और भगवान का हमने ऊपर जो बताया मयमयी काल अजिता निष्फलो गतः सुतदार कोश भूषु देन त्वा अगणयन. ओके. ऊपर भी क्या कहा? भजति न पादारविंदम न भजति. दैट वाज देयर इन 47 श्लोका. हो गया. नाउ द 50th श्लोका कंटिन्यूस. ये ब्यूटीफुल है. ये एक चीज हम 5 मिनट देखेंगे. देख पाए तो, नहीं तो कल थोड़ा. कि प्रमत्तम उच्चैहि प्रमत्तम, हाईली इनएडवर्टेंट. उच्चैहि मीन्स सबसे ज्यादा, बहुत ऊंचा ऊंचा. दैट ऊंचा केम फ्रॉम उच्चैहि. So Uchchaihi Pramattam, extremely inadvertent I was. And then in that inadvertence, what I did, iti krutya chintaya. Iti krutya chinta means what? ये मुझे जरूर करना है. I must do only. Iti krutya chinta कहते हैं उसको. That's what I just now said. We have made so many things compulsory in our life. Iti krutya, कि the God is not at all there in it. I am telling you one thing. Without attending the Shastra and Satsang, all these knowledges which reveal us where do we go wrong, we will never come to know. Without gaining this knowledge and protecting ourselves from our own stupidity, there is no way to get lost. There is no way to protect ourselves from getting lost in the world and becoming miserable in all our funny, stupid attachments. ये लिख लो आप बस. पक्का है ये बात. Again, I am repeating, without listening to these Shastras and thoroughly understanding the mischiefs made by our own mind intellect, we cannot come out of our own getting lost in the world in all funny attachments and getting kicked left and right and become miserable. You can never come out. And you sit with other equally foolish fellow, blaming the whole world only as the cause for all misery. She tells her in-laws are गलत है, दुखी कर रहे हैं, and ये कहते हैं मेरे भी in-laws ऐसे हैं. ये what be बेवकूफी it is. There's nobody in the world cause for my misery. It's me, my mind, my mind's attachments to non-essentials. And what is non-essential in the world other than Bhagwan? Everything. Everything is dukrum karane other than Bhaja Govinda. This is the truth. Do we have the guts to understand and accept it? Then we are fit to be in spirituality. Like in an army, when you go, your height, your chest, your strength, physical ability, सब चेक करते हैं. अभी तेरे को ऊपर क्या कहते हैं ना उधर नो इराक में पालक को सुनकर पालक आया, इधर तुमको खांसी आ रही है, तो देन यू कैन नॉट बी फिट इन आर्मी. है ना. हर दिन सर्दी हो रहा है, बुखार हो रहा है, वो लुढ़क जा रहा है कि नीचे गिर रहा है. हाउ कैन यू बी इन द आर्मी? भाई दिस द टफेस्ट जॉब ऑफ ऑल. Physical, mental fitness, stamina, ready to die for the nation. In the same way, these tough things we cannot receive and digest if at all. We can't be fit for people. Then suffer. No, we want to do, become strong, that's it. No, why can't then suffer? No, but can you tell me other upaya? Yeah, other upaya is there. What is that? Become strong. There's no other way. A weakling neither can make his life outer nor he can make his life inner. And weakness comes to us only with attachments. All attachments start from aham dehosmi. Think about it, cool. What life as a human being, as a Hindu, Sanatan Dharmi, having so many gurus and such a great jnanam, instead of learning and living this knowledge, we are living our own bevakufi and justify it and don't want to listen our gurus and learn from them, even though they are shouting at the pitch of voice freely. फोकट में ज्ञान दे रहे हैं सारा, हमको नहीं चाहिए वो. आप फंसे रहो, अब क्या करें? यू आर चूजिंग. ओके, प्रवृत्तम उच्चैः प्रमत्तम, fully inadvertent, in a wrong conviction of इति कृत्य चिंतया, कि मुझे ये करना वो करना सब कुछ except भगवान. Is it not? I want to study, I want to get job, I want to get money, I have to make money, bank balance, I have to get married, I have to get children. इति कृत्य इन सब पे, but when will you do? That's what बालस्तावत् चिंतासक्तः. उस बालक को खेलना इति कृत्य की तरह लगता है. वृद्ध तरुणास्तावत् तरुणी सक्तः इज इन दैट मूड इति कृत्य चिंता. इति कृत्य चिंता मतलब ये मेरे करने वाला काम, यही मुझे करना है, ये मुझे ही करना है, मैं इसको करके रखूंगा. इति कृत्य चिंता. ओल्ड मैन चिंता में फंसा रहता है. प्रमत्तमुच्चैः इति कृत्य चिंतया. देन प्रवृद्ध लोभम, added to that is endless ever growing greed, विशेषु लालसम, then the endless indulgence in the objects. एक के बाद एक शब्द स्पर्श रूप रस गंध, अरे बाप रे, खत्म ही नहीं होता वो. ये कल हम देखेंगे और डिटेलली. तुम, but what are you at that time when I am doing this? You are not pramatta like me, inadvertent and apramattaha. You come to me sahasa avipadyase. Okay, in what way you have come? Kshuleli anaha ahihi iva akum. Kshuleli anaha ahihi iva akum. Aku means chuha. Ahihi means snake. When the chuha is busy in its own, trying to catch whatever the things it is eating, it is not alert about. Suddenly the snake comes to ले लिहाना है, अपनी जीवा को ऐसा करके एकदम ठक से पकड़ लेते हैं वो. So here the आँखों, the rat is you and I. This लेलिहानः अहिहि snake कौन है? भगवान. In what रूपा? अंतकः, मृत्यु के रूप में. इसलिए अर्थ क्या हुआ? अत्यंत प्रमत्तता से ये करना वो करना, इन चीजों में जब बिजी हो गए, जस्ट लाइक द रैट, आप सांप की तरह आकर मृत्यु के रूप में हड़प लेते हो हमको. डन, डेड ओनली. आप प्रमत्त नहीं करते, भगवान इज अप्रमत्त. भगवान विल नॉट डिले. जब हमको खाना ही खा ही लेते हैं. नो, इन दिस श्लोका देयर आर टन्स ऑफ द पॉइंट्स टू बी अंडरस्टूड फॉर बीइंग अलर्ट, by being vigilant, for being very conscious, careful about our opportunities, etc. All these things are hidden in this shloka. Few of them we'll see tomorrow. Sarvam Krishnarpanamom Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Sri Chinmayananda Sadgurave Namaha. Om पूर्वो स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. देवसहितः प्रसवा सत्यन्त्वर्तेन परिषिञ्चामि. अमृते अमृतवर्षिणि अमृतं श्रावय स्वाहा. अमृतमस्तमसि प्राणाय पानाय व्यानाय उदानाय समानाय ब्रह्मणे. ओम नीलमेघ श्याम कृष्ण नित्यजगन्मोहन कृष्ण वेणुगान लोल वेदांत वेद्य नवनीत चोर भक्तजनाधार परमदया वार्धि मुक्ति संधायक मूर्त गीतामृत दात परम योगीश कृष्ण पार्षद न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चंद्र तारकम नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तं Anubhati sarvam tasya vasa. Om Narayana Vishnu Vasudeva Dasada. Om Mangalam Sri Kurukshetra Lakshmanarya Varsha Rupai Gita Charya Mangalam. All Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Mahapurana Shastra Ki Jai. Sri Vedavya Shukadeva Sutad Bhagavatacharya Ki Jai. Bolo Bhai Sava Santana Ki Jai. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtana Govinda Govinda. बोलो भाई समस्त श्रोता साधक भक्त सेवक उपासक जिज्ञासु गण की जय. थैंक यू. These all things while listening appear to be bitter, emotional, painful. They're all like going to the doctor and till getting treatment, the variety of emotions we go through. But once the treatment is done, when we become healthy, how joyful it is. In the same way, once this knowledge settles in us and we start living this knowledge, then we see the result of all these things. The struggles which we are going through to combat our emotions and at the same time catching all these knowledges. सारे इमोशन को साइड पे रखकर ये हमारे के भलाई वाला ज्ञान को जो हम पालते हैं ना, इसका रिजल्ट तब मिलेगा. Otherwise, we'll be in the lost in the samsara. Choice always is ours. Neither God nor Guru nor anybody can or will involve in our personal lives, either destruction or evolution. Never put the whole thing on God. God को क्या करना बोलने की जरूरत है क्या? He has already done what he has to do from his side. We only have to know what we have to do to receive the Lord's grace through all that. Om. Thank you. Krishna.